our Bhagavan Sri Krishna said, Magi aveshya mano yemam nitya yukta upasate. Magi, Bhagavan holds his index finger and shows his form, shows his wonderful, beautiful form, looks at Arjuna and says, Magi aveshya. For people who constantly meditate, their mind is completely put on me in all ways. Mai aveshya manoyemam nitya yukta upasate. All their thoughts are about me. Anything which happens around them is all thought as something related to me. That is what is called Mai aveshya mano. That manas, which is sankalpa, vikalpa, rupam, that which keeps on doubting, that which keeps on thinking, both this, all these manas, the entire current of thoughts are constantly focused on Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Mai aveshya. And it is so simple. You just say they keep thinking about me all the time. Whatever happens around is all converted into Krishna's thought. Or rather, why should I say converted? Every thought which Saguna Upasaka has would be a thought related to Krishna alone. And that is the beauty of Mai. Here, Mai does not just mean Viswarupa. Mai also means Parthasarathi. Mai does not just mean the universal form of Bhagavan, who is Moksha Pradhan, Mukundan. It is also Parthasarathi. If you see that, Bhishmacharya, Yogeshwara, in Bhishma Stuti says, na, Shiti, Shita Vishikahato, Vishirnadamshaha, Shataja Paripluta Atata Yinome, Prasabam Abhisasara, Madhvadartam, Sabhavatu me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha. First he says, let me actually have the rati, let me actually have the love towards Mukunda, who is Chaturbuja Vasudeva, the one who gives moksha. And then the next sloka he says, why Mukunda re? Parthasarathi itself is enough for me. Vijaya Ratha Kutumba Atatotre, the one who is managing this entire complex of Arjuna's chariot, with stick in his hand, with a whip in his hand, which he rarely uses. And then all the 5 reins, the horses' reins in his hands. Dhrita Haya Rashmini Tat Sriyekshaniye Bhavati Bhagavati Ratirastume Mumursho Yamiha Nirikshya Hata Gata Swarupam. That Parthasarathi Rupam Rati. That's all I want. So here Mai means purely our Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Not Vasudeva, not even Vishwarupa. Here, Mayi Nale, that Vasudeva who is sitting in the seat of the charioteer and blessing Arjuna with his words, with his sidelong glances, and with his gestures, with his smile. Asanniva, it comes now in Bhagavad Gita. That Mukunda, that Parthasarathi, that is what I want. So Mayi means Krishna. That Krishna who stole butter, that Krishna who did rasam, that Krishna who did gocharana, one who actually herded the cows, that Krishna who ate mud, that Krishna who appeared afraid when his mother tried to tie him to a mortar, that Damodara, that Madhava, that Govinda, that Krishna who lifted a mountain to protect all his subjects. That is what is called Mahi. And here, the Mahatma Jnanam, the greatness of Krishna is anyway interwoven with every Madhura Leela of Krishna. Even when he's herding cows, he's not just herding cows and coming back. Every now and then he does an incredible annihilation of a Rakshasa also, of Asura also. That is the beauty of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Mahatma is always there. But Mahi Sanyasya Matparaha, I'm sorry. Maya Veshya Manoyema. Constantly putting the thought on Bhagavan Sri Krishna is what he is being told here. Aveshya. Aveshya means Vismartum Naiva Saknuma. Constantly thinking about Krishna. How can we get that? Purely by Katha Shravanam, Bhagavan Nama Kirtanam, and hence Smaranam. Sukham. Sukha Sadhana. And so when Bhagavan says Maya Veshya Manoyema, he is talking about Sada Smaranam. Jakrat Swapna Sushuptishu, in waking, in dreaming, and also in sleeping. When I'm in deep sleep, how can I remember Krishna? Na? If we constantly do Krishna Kirtanam, Krishna Chintanam, and go to sleep, in the sleep also, that sleep becomes laya with a constant Krishna Chintanam. How do we know that? When we wake up, the first thought would be Krishna's thought. Then we have continued the Krishna Smaranam, Maya Veshya Mano Evam Nityam. Nityam na, in three avasthas, na, Jakrit Swapna Sushupti. In all the three states of my living, whether it is waking, dreaming, or sleeping, I'm constantly thinking about the sweet leelas of Krishna, the beautiful form of Krishna, and the nectarine name of Krishna. And that is what is called Mayi Aveshya. And what it really means is, like Prahalada Swami, Krishna Graha Grihita. When we are blessed by a guru and he has blessed us with bhakti, that's how bhakti comes. Bhakti comes only by, as Prahalada Swami says, some Mahatma must have blessed me. Otherwise, how will my mind, like a needle which is constantly, even if you push this way, it will come to the North Pole. Na? Our Prahalada Swami is using that example. My mind is naturally going towards Hari. What do I do? Why? Kripa. Mahatma's Kripa. Acharya Kripa. So even when you push the mind somewhere, it comes back to Hari. For people who are constantly thinking about money, whatever subject you speak, it will finally come back to money only. Na? Why? Because they are having aveshya mari, constant avesham of that mind in money, money, money. So whatever we talk, it comes back to money. They are our gurus in a way, like they are constantly thinking about money, money, money all the time. We can also think about bhakta bhaya bhujanga dharuda manihi trailokya raksha mani. Ava money, money nra. Number money is Vijayate Sri Krishna Gopala Chudamani. Let us also do Mani Dhyanam, but not this Laukika Mani Dhyanam, this Gopala Chudamani Dhyanam. Bhakta Vaya Bhujanga Dharuda Manihi. Trilokya Rakshamani. That Gopala Chudamani Dhyanam all the time is Mayi Aveshya Mano Yemam Nitya Yuktaha. They are very clear. They are clear that I am here to do only Krishna Bhakti. And every thought, every trigger outside in this world will come back to Krishna. And we have seen it. We have seen it. Whenever we talk to our Guru Maharaj, you take some other subject, immediately the thought will be moved towards Bhagavatam, Krishna, etc. Because of course they are all Mahatmas, but this is what they are also teaching us. Na? So when we say you go to a guru and sikshet, dharman, bhagavatan, sikshet, na, everything is moved back to Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And once we had this Madhuram shop, na, in that there was this, I don't know what it is called. You see, there is a toy which has one eye and it is very famous in America. And it is operated by a little battery. And when our shopkeeper showed this and the toy was moving, Swamiji was looking like that and said, how does it work by battery? And immediately he said, do you see everything which moves, everything which acts, etc., like a battery which is powering all of us. There is Antaryami, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, which is powering every movement in this world, whether our movement of the body or this world. Maya Veshya Mano Yemam, a guru is teaching like that. Look at everything. And everything should remind us of Krishna, means Maya Veshya Mano Yemam. If even Rama Katha reminds us of our Katha, then it is the opposite. We are in a satsang, yet not in a satsang. There was a case when somebody heard a Mahatma's Ramayana. First row they sat down, wept. The Mahatma apparently was very pleased. And after 9 days, he called and said, I'm so happy that you are enjoying Ramakatha. And it was it was a great sight to see you enjoy Ramakatha. You know what that person said? He said, yes. When I heard Ramakatha, I cried because I also had a stepmother like Kaikeyi. And I was constantly reminded of her, he said. So remember, where we are, what we do outside is secondary. In Bhakti Marga, What we hold with the heart is primary. Mayi aveshya mano yema. Even when we do puja, that puja should be with Bhagavan in our mind. To start with, for beginners, standards are different. Even if you physically offer a flower, of course, Bhagavan will bless with punya. But when we are in the serious path of upasana, mind. The mind has to somehow go and stick to our Bhagavan Sri Krishna's feet arm. And Mayi Aveshya Mano Yemam Nitya Yukta Upasate. The Aveshya Manam should be like a magnet attracting all these iron particles to it. Like a magnet always, aligned to the North Pole. And like our Adi Shankara Bhagavad Paatah says, Ankolam Nijabija Santati Ayaskanto Palam Suchika Sadvi Naija Vibhum Lata Kshitiruham Sindhu Shriyaf Vallabham. How Maya Veshya Mano Yemam is telling examples of many examples. Adi Shankara Bhagavad Angolam Nijabijana. Looks like there is a tree called Angolam. In that, the tree sheds its seed somewhere far off. But it is said, even though the seed has been thrown away, and it is a tree, not a human, not a jangamam, stavaram, that seed somehow managed to slowly grow, come closer, and again come very close to the mother, become once with the mother tree, and then starts growing better, it seems. Likewise, even if you are pushed into a faraway place from apparently our source Bhagavan, which is called samsara, we have to find a way to come close and attach ourselves. And just like how magnet may be away physically and some iron particles are away physically, magnetic force will pull these iron particles to that. We should also pray, na Krishna, your name is itself Krishna, Karshayate iti Krishna. Somehow you show that attraction. Show me your beauty in my heart so that I can never ever think or be drawn to anything else apart from you. Mayi aveshya mano yema.